First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw his Carr. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play there for Vegas. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Seven yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now Carr. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by a Fitu Melifonwu. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain. They'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0. And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From midfield, here's Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. They go with Jacobs. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. We're scoreless after 1. Perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stops short of the goal line down at the 2. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the door. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Foster Moreau taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Back to throw here. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a first down carry for Harris. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Here's Johnson with a reception. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson, 26 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better. I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Vegas. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime, because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages. You know, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. And they give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And within trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get into field goal range. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now, because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in the divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory, because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On first down, he'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off, and he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Boswell's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On 2nd and 9, Carr throwing the out route incomplete. It's Fuller. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action. Now it's Carr. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Odell Beckham, 58 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Finding Harris over the middle. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. Uses the stiff arm. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 2nd down now. It's Jacobs, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a carry for Jacobs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Carr now to throw. And he'll look downfield for Waller. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for Vegas. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Jacobs. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my run.
Touchdown, Raiders! Will Fuller, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position.
And the Raiders have got him. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out.